who sticks his hands in a bag, pulls out a kid's head, and I gotta say, man, this is the third time I've seen that magic trick, and I don't fucking like it. A woman who eats Campbell's condom noodle soup. I'm dead serious. I'm not making any of this shit up.
Had an unexpected reprieve. Do exactly as I say, and I promise this will be over before the night is out.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Cold Raven. This is my Halloween special. But Cold Raven, it's December. It's my Halloween special because I said it is. Yeah, it is December. I understand that. A little bit late to the party, aren't I? But I'm still here at the party. I am James Earl Cash from Manhunt 1. How do you think the costume? Look at the makeup I did. I mean, it ain't makeup. It's face paint. I don't wear no motherfucking makeup. It's motherfucking face paint. Look at the face paint I did. Look at that. I even got the little red line right here. And I shaved my head again. People keep getting mad. Stop shaving your head. I do what the fuck I want with my hair. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. Rate the costume down below. And if you give it anything under a 10, I'm fucking smacking you so hard your head will spin. But let's go ahead and jump right into the review. Stores of the YNC Volume 4. Right here, this one is the most brutal one that I've gone over so far. There are 10 installments in this series. This one's the fourth one and the most brutal. And the running theme in this one is just fucking weird. I don't know what other way to put it. Because the first one's running theme is decapitations and squished heads as you expect. It's a Gore mixtape. The second one was a shit ton of sodomy. Hence the word shit. The third one was like really garbage rappers rapping about what was happening on screen. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this bitch and then I'm gonna play soccer with her head and I'm totally not high on methamphetamines. And that was happening on screen. And this fourth one. Go ahead, pop quiz. What do you think the running theme of this fourth one was? Was it cartels, executions, AK-47s, fucking wedgies, tanks, explosions, militias? What do you think it was? Because if you guess wedgies, you're fucking right. And when I say wedgies, there's people on this side of this mixtape where they have their underwear, boxes, panties, shorts, even pants pulled up the crack of their ass and they are suspended in air by their jeans. And this happens more than once, happens multiple times, and that's why I say it's a running theme and it's just crazy. And they die from it. I'm dead serious. We're gonna go over that later in the mixtape, but before we do, make sure you like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. Again, my channel's grown a shit ton the past 2 months, and I appreciate all the new people here. Hopefully you stick around to talk about more stuff like this. Because a lot of people are new here. They're probably like, dude, this guy's fucking crazy. A little cheesy bit. I go a little cuckoo cocoa. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. A little cocaine in the mix doesn't hurt nobody. Now, on top of that, also check out my Patreon. That helps me out a shit ton. I see a lot of people commenting in the comment section like, how are you commenting 8 days before this video dropped? Wow, you commented a month ago? The video just dropped. How'd you do that? Well, wouldn't you like to know? On Patreon, you get exclusive content days, weeks, and sometimes months before it comes here. Especially, I'm going to be dropping a new series on Patreon. They're going to kind of test it out and see if it's, worthy of YouTube. And hopefully it is, and now will be coming to YouTube in the future. They'll see it first. Exclusive content on Patreon. You'll get polls. A fucking exclusive Discord. You get a whole bunch of shit on Patreon. Plus, it helps me out a lot, and it keeps me making videos like this. Now, with all that being said, I want to say thank you to everybody watching this video, supporting the channel, and thank you to everybody who is a patron and will be a patron in the future, and you get your name in the credits after every single video for being a supporter. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Now, when did this mixtape come out? 2014 and therefore after. I haven't seen any footage, showing in 2015-16, so I always put it at 2014 and therefore after. Again, I haven't seen any footage that said 2015, 16, and 17. So that's kind of where my mark is. Now, who is it by? God Help Us All Productions. They put their name all over this mixtape like they're fucking proud of it. I don't know why they would be, especially when you're making a mixtape about fucking butt wedgies. What? Opposed to a fucking head wedgie? I don't know. But that's the people who made this one. How long is it? As per usual, pause. 1 hour and 48 minutes, almost 2 hours long. It is quite the watch. It's like fucking 400 clips. 400 clips. It was like 396 or some shit like that. I'm going to put it right here. It was long as shit. Another pause. Hell of a watch, man. I mean, you have to sit down and really absorb this, man. And when you go through and you start picking through it with like a comb, you just start noticing there's a lot of butt cracks on the screen with people with their boxes and panties pulled all the way up it. So with that being said, let's get into the motherfucking... you see, you probably said it with me, but you were late because I held it. Oh no, you would be early. I was a whiteboard. In Stars of the YNC Volume 4, you get 396 clips. And out of those 396 clips, 210 of them are gore, which is squashed heads, squashed people, disembowelment, decapitations, and anything that is an extreme amount of violence. Next, you have 99, almost 100 sexual clips. Then you get 59 clips of violence. This is the first time ever in a review, in my history of doing this for years, where we've had more sexual clips than violent clips. 59 violent clips, which is people getting hit in the head with bats or just tripping and falling, busting your ass, getting knocked out, or something along those lines. But holy shit, more sexual clips than violent clips. That lets you know what the fuck we're gonna go over. Then you get 11 what the fuck clips, which is pretty much self-explanatory. 7 clips that involved animals. There was a point where like it showed a crocodile's decapitated head and it was still blinking. You get 6 clips that are just downright fucking gross. 2 that are funny hoo-has. 1 that is cool as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was like a goat or something like that riding a bike down a highway. That shit was pretty cool. And for the first time ever, again, back-to-back reviews, we are making a brand new category. This is the Lucky Bastard category. We're going to go over that clip. I'm going to call it like a 4-leaf clip or something like that. But with that shit being said, let's jump right into the review. Stars of the YNC Volume 4. Right here, I have 7 pages of content to go over. Now, you're probably sitting there like only 7 pages. I thought this had 400 clips. That's more clips than the last YNC, but less pages. How do you come to that conclusion, Cold Raven? Well, if you let me motherfucking explain myself, I'd love to talk. So the way I came to that conclusion, again, is because I want to grab the unique clips that makes this stand out like a sore thumb, rather than being mundane and repetitive and just redundant. Again, I want this to be unique, so I grab, no way to put this, the best clips. Again, the ones that stand out the most to make this one different from the third, second, and first one, so it's an entirely different fucking mixtape. Again, remember the third one where I was like, oh, it's just pretty much the second one but flipped, but it did have half of it was unique. This one is completely unique shit, and I didn't want to go over and just be like, and then there was gore everywhere, and then there were people dying. It shit would have been boring. So with that being said, before I jump into the mixtape, holy shit, almost forgot. Check this out. There's going to be jump scares in this video because it's the Halloween edition. Ogrish 5, I said it'll be jump scares. I didn't put any in there just to scare you with the suspense. This time it's actually be jump scares, so if you skip this warning, your fault. Any timestamps inside the comment section, deleted. Oh, you like that? Look at that big ass, that fucking dream jaw. I love doing that shit. It's what the mask says. I fucking can't stand him. I saw Gumball whoop his ass. Oh my god. Gumball fucking served them. You saw that shit? They were in a car. Fucking Dream is like, in the fucking backseat like a child that's getting his ass whooped by a cartoon character. And he was like, you're a grain of sand. No one's gonna remember you. They're gonna make a monument out of me. Like, I didn't get that part. Like, dude, your voice acted a little cartoon character. No one's gonna make a fucking monument out of you. You were a little cartoon character. Let's take it down a notch. You're not fucking Robert De Niro, okay? This guy is crazy. Like, he's crazy as fuck, but I just like watching Dream get punked on, so... That's like one of my fetishes at this point, just watching Dream get shat on. I was like, guess I have a scat fetish. Yeah. I like watch this guy get shitted on. I'm like Odell Beckham Jr. now. So with that being said, let's take it from the motherfucking tap and jump right into the review. So Stars of the YNC 4, it opens up with a guy getting his ass whooped. When I say whooped, he got motherfucking molly whopped. He is fucking orange juice with the pulp because he got beaten to a pulp. His face was so swollen and like he was smuggling baseballs in his eyelids. They grab him, throw him to his stomach, and they start carving a giant A on his back, which stands for Baba Gooey. Because the next clip, you get a woman fucking giving birth to a baby, which is downright one of the nastiest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. When I say it's disgusting, you clearly haven't seen childbirth. I know someone's going to sit there and say, childbirth is a beautiful thing. If that's your definition of beauty, I don't want to know how the fuck you define disgusting. Is disgusting like Cthulhu spreading his aquatic ass cheeks? This was disgusting. A woman sitting there and a baby's coming out. It's like... looks like Jeepers Creepers when he lost his head and grew a new one. You get blue fluids, green fluids, orange fluids, red fluids, a rainbow of fluids coming out of her. Placenta, the baby's like gray and it's covered in like intergalactic jellies and shit. And the first thing a baby does when it comes out, it just looks you in the face and goes like... because it has like water in its lungs. It's just gross as shit, man. I can't understand. Don't get me wrong. Women are beautiful creatures. You're all amazing. You're unique. You're the reason why we have life. Yada, yada, yada. We can't live without you. Shit, if you ask me, you can't live with you. Yeah. You're unique. Something, something. Cold Raven lip service. But dude, childbirth is fucking gross. I know someone's gonna ask, you wouldn't be there when your child's getting born? I'll be there. But I'm not gonna electric slide, open up my fucking woman's legs, stare down her baby cannon, and watch her shoot out a fucking fetus. I'm not gonna do that. It's gross. And I'm not even gonna hold the baby either. I'm not gonna lie. If my son and daughter is born, I'm not holding that shit for like 3 or 4 days. I'm gonna let it dry off those intergalactic jellies first, and then I'll hold the kid. It's fucking gross. I don't want that baby slime on me. Get that shit away from me, dude. Go throw it in one of those baby prisons. You see on baby prisons where you have to stare at your like child through a glass like that, as it sits around with like 35 other whooping cough babies? Like, fuck that shit, yo. Whooping cough babies, yo. Get that shit out of here. I didn't plan to say that. It just came out of nowhere, dude. So the next clip, you get a guy covered in head to toe with blood, right? He has a knife. And he starts hitting himself with this shit. And everybody starts freaking out because he's in the middle of the road. So they give him space. You know, like vegans sit in the middle of the road. I can't stop thinking about that baby thing. Like, he's sitting in the middle of the road. And like, they give him all the space in the world. They create this like giant cul-de-sac of people like, everybody calm down. Please put down the knife. And this guy, again, he's covered in blood. His own blood at that. Who else? Maybe someone else's. And he has a knife and everybody's scared. Then he passes out from blood loss. And everybody starts walking up to him slowly with like a GameCube cord. And they're going to tie him up like a hog. But then he jumps back up to his feet because he was playing possum. He has a knife. He's like, ah! And everybody's like, wait a second. There's 40 of us, only one of him. Let's kick his ass. And they all just start whooping his ass. And then the clip skips to him getting like tied up to like a metal like railing and shit. And it's like, that's what I thought. I'm tired of this shit. He has a knife, but there's 40 to 50 of you. Just beat him up. Oh yeah, he's gonna stab one of us. Okay, when if you get stabbed? You're just gonna be like a clink if you move out the way, and then everybody else is gonna pile on him. That's it. It wasn't even like it was a giant machete or nothing. It was like one of those kitchen knives. It wasn't fucking nothing big. Pause. After that, it plays this garbage ass song by a guy named Tom Watts. It's called like Cold, Cold Ground. Here's my rendition. Cold, cold ground. Cold, cold. Oh, it's like Frankie McDonald. Hagonk, 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 hagonk. Cold, cold ground. This ground is cold, and it is not for you or me. I fucking love Frankie McDonald. If you don't know who he is, I talked about him in my last Halloween special. Again, yo, that's gonna be a fucking yearly tradition. Just talk about Frankie McDonald every Halloween. It's this guy, he's like a news reporter in Canada, and he has Down syndrome or like autism. Something. He has the same shit pretty much. It's severe autism, something like that. And he just keeps talking about eating hot dogs and like getting attacked by electric, robotic, Omega 3000 fucking lions and shit. Weird guy, but he's great. Go look him up. But yeah, this song is horrible. After that, you get a double building fall. This guy falls off a building, smacks a building, falls off another building, and smacks another building, and then he hits the ground. Pretty fucked up. Then you get, dude, weird shit. I don't know what this is, but say you're in the woods. You're all by yourself, and you see a corpse, because you smell it. Oh shit, there's a corpse. Do you, A, run away, or that's a 1, pretend this is an A. B, do you call the cops, or do you C, take a picture of it for keepsies savesies? Yeah, I don't know what it is with these fucking Asian countries, but every time they see a corpse, people take out their fucking phone and start taking pictures of it. Like, what are you gonna do? Go to your friend Dao Yangping and be like, yo, look at this. I found the corpse. Leave that shit a fucking alone. What are you gonna do? Sit there and give it a double thumbs up? And it's gross. It's a fucking dead body. Why would you take a picture of that shit? Leave it to the paramedics to get rid of. What are you, a fucking private investigator? If I see a corpse, I'm hightailing it. I'm fucking booking it the fuck out of there. I don't want to be caught near that shit. Because then they're going to blame me because I'm fucking brown. They're going to be like, oh yeah, Puerto Rican, dead body. It was you. It wasn't me. What's your last name? Rodriguez? It was him. No! That's what it's going to be. I don't want to be part of that shit. After that, you get a guy who gets shot by an AK-47. He falls over. Gets back up. Gets shot again. Falls over. Gets back up. Shot again, falls over, gets back up. And he does this like 7 to 8 times. He just keeps eating it. He's like fucking Doomsday from DC. He keeps getting shot and getting back up. I don't know who this human tank is. And it wasn't even like he was a built guy. It wasn't like Brock Lesnar. It was like one of those, he was built like a yoga fire. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on. There we go. There we go. Built like a yoga fire. And it's one of those scrawny ass Indian dudes, but he was eating that shit like a motherfucker. What was that? I had like gum. I accidentally swallowed earlier, and it came back up. And now there you go. You accidentally swallowed gum. Okay, it was on purpose. Yeah, I swallow gum. Again, dude, I don't spit. Well, I just did. I guess I do both. Don't worry about it. Mind your beeswax. And I just jammed the shit out of my finger because he got me mad. After this, you get a whole bunch of corpses hung upside down by their ass cracks. This is what I'm talking about with the atomic death wedgies. It was like, you know those military trucks, the green ones? Imagine if one side had 6 people, the other side had 6 people, and they're all hung and suspended upside down by their boxers getting omega wedgies. And when I say just wedgies, some of them had boxes, some of them had their shorts. Their shorts, cargo shorts, you know, the hard fibers that make sure it doesn't move? No, it was moved. Trust me, it was so far up the ass, you would have thought they got taken out to dinner before and after. And they were just suspended there, and they probably died from it. I couldn't tell you. They weren't moving, so there's that. I'm not making this shit up. I'm making up a little bit, just a teensy bit. They didn't die from that. They were killed from some other reason, but they were hung upside down from the wedgies. After they get a whole bunch of gore parts splattered everywhere. It was like this big ass accident in the street, and there you go. It was that. After this, you get another guy who slides, and he's chasing another dude. It was like some like Tom and Jerry chase scene, and they're chasing down a block, and this guy like trips, and it was a fucked up time to trip. It wasn't like one of those horror movies where you trip and you can get back up. He tripped. He was not afforded that fucking opportunity to get back up. That other dude pulled out that blicky and hit him like 3 or 4 times with it. And it shows like 4 or 5 times that the guy just sliding like a penguin and getting shot for it. I think I talked about this clip in the last YNC, so there are some clips that move over. After this, brutal fucking beheading. Very brutal. And again, when I say it's a brutal beheading, there's typically something in there that makes it incredibly like unique. So the last time I remember YNC3, I talked about a beheading where a guy was whistling through his throat. Don't fucking talk about Josh Hutcherson with that bullshit, that whistle baby shit. That's Flow Rider. I hate that meme. Not funny. They just spam it everywhere. But he was whistling through his neck when he got cut, right? Which is insane. It's incredibly brutal. This time, the camera's like all the way up here, like up to his face like this. And they're recording the beheading, and you can hear it saw through his skin. Like, yo, this shit was like, yo. Even I thought this was really fucking brutal. And it was obviously barbaric. I mean, you're cutting off a human's head. You just shouldn't be doing that, right? So when they're doing it, it sounds like someone's tearing paper back and forth, back and forth, back and forth as this guy's gurgling, man. Very fucking brutal. After this, you get a frame-by-frame explosion. And it's a big-ass bomb. So these guys are walking in the middle of like a desert. There's about 20 or 30 people there, right? And this big-ass explosion happens. And they play it frame-by-frame where you see them like this. And then you just see fire around them, and you see them reacting to the fire. Because again, they don't know that the fire is happening until it's already singed them. And then parts go flying everywhere. And I don't understand why people are blowing each other up in the Middle East. Have you seen that? And it's like terrorist groups fighting terrorist groups, but you're fighting for the same cause? It's like, you guys believe in this religion. Yeah, we do. You guys believe in this religion. Yeah, we do. Okay, you guys believe in the same shit. Why are you killing each other? I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting there like, this town ain't big enough for the both. Hold on, no. Guys, like, this desert ain't big enough for the both of us. Why are you fighting over a desert? What's in a desert? Again, oh, do you want to control the cactuses on the fucking left side of the field? It's just cactuses and... What else is there in a desert? There's just cactuses, a cacti. There's nothing to be earned there. There's nothing, man. Just cactus and sands. And this is coming from a guy who lives in America, where people shoot each other over wearing the wrong color. I'm dead serious. I remember I was in 9th grade. There was a kid who got killed for wearing blue. Do you know the people who killed him were also wearing blue? I'm dead fucking serious. I was in 9th grade. We heard gunshots outside. So what happened was, this kid was wearing electric blue in a dark blue neighborhood. I'm not gonna fucking, set drop and tell you the fucking gangs, but the dude in electric blue, he got killed. He was like a 9th grader by a whole bunch of like 25-year-old men who were wearing dark blue. Wrong shade of blue. What a bad day to be wearing blue, man. A bad fucking day. Alright, that's the first clip right there, on the first page. Then you get I'm Back by Eminem, which is on the Marshall Mathers LP, and it's the 10th track. I know that because I'm an Eminem stan. And it shows like 4 angles of like dead humans in a row. It's like this one woman, right? And it just keeps on showing and showing and showing. It also shows another corpse. And it just shows it from different angles, like a Dutch angle, then a zoomed in angle, then it's like fucking fish-eyed. I don't know why it does that. So we are back, and this guy gets shot in the head when he's at a computer, which is making me feel a little bit uncomfortable because I'm at a computer and I prefer my head unshotted. That's just a preference of mine. But what happens is he's chilling there, probably playing like balloons tower defense. Some dude comes up and just blasts him in the back of the head like 2 or 3 times, and it's like, damn, fuck did he do that for? And on top of that, he would have seen it coming if he didn't have those giant, dividers like this, those giant walls of China that surround the computer, which I don't understand. You're in a public library. Why do you need privacy in a public library? What are you doing that requires privacy? Reminds me of this one time when I was in middle school, I caught a 50-year-old man watching fucking porn in there. I'm dead serious. This is a big titty white bitch taking a thick dick. I was like, yo, what are you doing in here? He turns around, he's like, shh. So I yelled, I was like, I need an adult. He's like, I am an adult. Cops came and arrested him and took his ass out, man. Last time I saw my grandfather, that guy was a fucking creep, That was a weird guy. He tried to like fucking coerce me with a motherfucking lollipop to keep my mouth shut. It wasn't a dum-dum, so that's why he didn't get me to be quiet. So the next clip, you get a woman getting hung, and this is where we get to the weird-ass BDSM shit. So this woman is getting hung with a rope while she has her hands tied behind her back. When I say hung, she is suspended in the air, being used as a pulley system, land on this guy's dick. I couldn't understand why she was turned into a fucking human well, but that's what that is. This next clip, more crazy BDSM shit. And the next 20 clips is crazy BDSM shit, which again, as I said, blindfolds, hot. Handcuffs, hot. A little bit of rope, that's dope. Oh, you like that? A little bit of rope, that's dope. But when you go to all this bullshit where you're going all out and you're hanging each other and you're whipping each other and you get these flails and like, yeah, let me put your hand in this fucking cast iron skillet, baby. That shit's fucking weird and no one has been able to defend this. I saw my last comment section where even people were like, yeah, I'm into BDSM, but Cold Raven's got a point. Yeah, don't stick a screwdriver up your nose to come. That's weird. And then after that, you get this guy who's like a utility belt of just like dildos, which again, if you have a utility belt of dildos, chances are you are ill-prepared naturally. No man should ever hold a dildo in his life. Again, my opinion. My factoid. That's a fucking factoid. What are you holding a fake dick for? Do you not have one? What is that? It's like a woman holding a fake pussy. What are you holding that for? You don't need it. You got one. The next thing, this next clip. There's a woman, I can't even, okay. I've heard of furries. People pretending to be big dogs and they're eating like pedigree out of like a fucking dog bowl. I've never heard of like a getting turkitized, I guess. Your poultries. This woman gets turned into an actual fucking gobbledygook. She turns into a turkey. She folds her arms like this and like puts these weird like rubber around it. So her arms are like this. She can't move them. She's getting ball gagged and her face pulled back. I don't even think she has legs, so there you go. That part's already handled. And she's like suspended 7 feet in the air on stilts. What in the holy fuck is that? What is that? What is that? Who does that? And that's not even the weirdest part, right? So besides role-playing as turkeys, you get women who are putting burning candles, like they have like, like a candle, they take out their fucking rack, that jugagagas, and they put a candle on it, like birthday candles. You get birthday kakungas. Next clip, you get a woman whose pussy has more rings than Saturn. It's ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Weird ass shit. A woman who eats Campbell's condom noodle soup. I'm dead serious. I'm not making any of this shit up. After that, you get this. What unholy abomination is this? It looks like a fucking trap from Saw. What punishment is this? It's not a dental appointment. This is something else. It looks like a medieval punishment. What is that? At what point does your face getting yanked 85 different fucking styles does that turn you on? Again, I'm gonna ask, defend this. A woman uses a fire extinguisher, not to extinguish a fire, by the way. She plugs herself up with the fire extinguisher in every hole possible. Yeah, you heard that right. A woman's a garbage bag. And I don't mean she's in a garbage bag like she's in a hefty bag and she's like, peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. No, they close it off. They stick a hose in there, suck out the air, and then it's like skin tight and they start fucking her face. Why? After that, you get a grandmother who thinks she still got it. She don't got it, okay? She don't got it. She rips open her leggings and her granny burger is sticking out. And it's like, it's hairy and you can see that the hair is graying and there's like blonde hairs, black hairs, brown hairs. Green hairs. It's disgusting, yo. And like her thigh skin is hanging down. It looks like curtains. It looks like she has like, I've never seen a pussy have bingo wings before. This is just horrible. And it looks like it stinks. And I know there's people out there like gilfs or grandmothers I'd like the fuck. Golfs, more like grandmothers you'd like the fuck. I would never. I would hit that with a baseball bat. That much. But otherwise, no, it's not for me. Get a severed crocodile head. I know the difference between crocodiles and alligators. One goes like that. The other one goes like that. This one's a crocodile. Trust me. After this, you get a guy who gets carpet bombs. You know what carpet bombs are? It's essentially dropping a whole bunch of bombs. Like, boom. That's it. You just drop a whole bunch of them on somebody. But what was stupid is that they dropped 30 to 40 of them on one guy. Now, a bomb can explode like an entire house. Why did you feel the need to drop 30 to 40 of them? What, just in case he survived the first 29 of them? The 30th one got him? The first one dropped him. He was gone in like a heap of smoke, and you could see limbs flying everywhere. They were just like, yeah, the other 29 just for safe keeps. Like, what is he going to do? Come back as like a robo-terrorist 3000? Like, what is that? He's done. After this, you get, okay, I'm not going to laugh here. This little girl, she loses her dog, man. This is a horrible story. It was on the news. She loses her dog, and she goes looking for her little Fido. And her dog was gone for days and days, and she finds him on sale with gold and brown crispy skin for 2,000 toinks. What country do you think this is in? Now, you're probably like, it's an Asian country. Definitely. Well, let's be fair. It's not Korea, because Korea doesn't have food. It's not Vietnam, because Vietnam is pretty much America 2.0. It's not Japan, because the Japanese decide not to eat. Look how small they are. That leads us down to one culprit. Okay. One culprit. Cold Raven, are you about to say something incredibly racist? Yes. But, hear me out, there are documentaries showing China having entire dog slaughterhouses. So it's not really racist if there's actual evidence. I hate that shit. There is evidence, so it can't be racist if there is evidence. They admit to it. I'm not saying every single person in China eats dogs. But there are dog slaughterhouses. I live in America. We don't have any fucking dog slaughterhouses. In Britain, we don't have dog slaughterhouses. It's in China. They just keep... Oh, God, I can't. They just keep eating dogs. Stop. That's not nice. This little girl was crying. I'm not going to hold you, man. That dog looked fucking delicious. They could cook up a motherfucking dog, yo. That bitch, I was like, damn, motherfucker. Like, I would take one of the legs, but I was fucked up, man. She was crying, man. After this, you get a whole entire cop that runs a man over. So the cop's in the car. The dude is just walking. It's not even like he was running from the police. He's just like... He just gets hit by a car going 30 miles per hour, and it was a cop car. I don't know what he was wanted for, but nothing nice. Well, actually, no. What if he was wanted for nothing? Who knows? He got waxed for no reason. After this, you get a fucking beheading, man. This is one of the craziest beheadings I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't a beheading. It was beheadings. Okay, they had like 25 people on a beach. And I'm not even joking. They cut all their necks in unison, and they bleed them into a river. So the entire river turns red. They pretty much make a Red Sea. And I know somebody in the comment section is going to be like, yo, dude, now that's pretty fucking metal. I mean, I guess. But what the fuck? That's not cool. You shouldn't be bleeding people into an ocean. Then it plays this garbage song. It's called One is the Loneliest Number by Three Dog Night. One is the loneliest number. 2 is even lonelier. 3 is a lonely number. 4 is a lonely number. If it's a number, it's lonely. That's the entire song. You just heard it. You're welcome. Then you get this guy whose head smashed like a butterfly. What I mean by that is like indented in the middle, and then this right here is flat like 2 pancakes. Weird shit. Then you get a Gore pick montage. Nothing really sticking out. Just a whole bunch of Gore pick after Gore pick after Gore pick. Kind of like subliminalizing Gore into your head. Whoa, and be someone in the comment section. You should stop watching this type of stuff, Cold Raven, because it's going to change you. You told me that 2 years ago. I'm literally the exact same fucking guy. I don't get that. Like, what do you think's going to happen? I'm going to just watch someone, some of this Gore shit. I'm going to be like this. It's just start eating people's faces. Like I'm on fucking fentanyl or bath salts. That's not what's going to happen. It still bothers me, of course, but I have to go over it because people want to know what happens in these mixtapes. So, here you go. Now you know what happens. After that, you get a fucking... dude, this is badass, yo. Remember when I was talking about bum fights where there was a chicken in a tank and I thought that was cool? A chicken in a tank is cool. It's an RC tank, by the way. What if I told you it was a goat driving a bike? Look at that shit. What are you talking about? Look at that. Yo, the only thing that's cooler than a chicken in an RC tank or a goat driving a bike would be like, imagine a dog driving a car. Dude, if I saw some shit like that, I think my brain would just fucking explode. I would explode. If a dog driving a car, that'd be amazing. Dude, there's got to be a video out there. If someone finds a dog driving a car, send it to me on Instagram at Cold Raven. I need to see that shit. I'll even put it up on my story. After that, you get like these people cut in half. It looks like The Walking Dead. You remember the first scene where Rick finds the first like zombie and it was like missing its lower half? You get like 2 or 3 people like that. After this, you get an atomic death wedgie. Again, this is what I was talking about. So this guy's bent in half like this with his head getting yanked back, his feet getting yanked back. He has a plastic bag on his head and he's in chains just like doing some weird chandelier of himself, and he's dead with his pants and his boxes pulled up the crack of his ass. He's a human chandelier. It was just weird ass shit. And again, you can tell people didn't do this to him. He did it to himself. Because again, it seems like some weird BDSM shit that just went wrong. Like, who's the dude who did? I think it was like some dude from like Kill Bill. He like was choking himself and it went too far and he ended up choking himself to death trying to masturbate. There you go. That's what happens, man. And again, the weirdest part about this, I gotta say, was the fact that if you look at a certain angle, he was wearing like pink Victoria's Secret underwear. Well, it ain't a secret no more because now we all saw that shit. After this, you get a guy who sticks his hands in a bag, pulls out a kid's head, and I gotta say, man, this is the 3rd time I've seen that magic trick, and I don't fucking like it. I don't know what it is in this YNC and Ogre show. People are sticking their hands in bags and pulling out human heads. I don't like this magic trick. Please make it disappear. After this, you get, I can't even put this into words, but I'm gonna put it into words. No, I'm not gonna put it into words. There you go. That was the last clip. So what happened was there was a woman. She held a baby hostage, and the way she did it was because the baby was still in her stomach, right? She didn't give birth to it yet, and she had a hammer. I'm sorry, that last shit I just did was stupid. She had a hammer, and she was tapping on her belly with the baby still in there. What do you do to a woman like that? You can't take it out because it hasn't come to term, I guess. Oh, my armpit is itching like a motherfucker. But do you, like, tie her down and just, like, force feed her and wait till it's ready? Or do you just, like, I guess rip it out and just hope it survives? Like, what kind of shit do you do? It's weird. She's holding a baby hostage. It's insane. After this, you get a prison guard size up. So pretty much a prisoner was in his guard's face. And he was, sizing him up. And you know a guy's about to swing on you. Not when they do this. They put their hands out like, come on, do something. If a motherfucker looks at you like this, that's how you know he's about to punch you in your face. That's how you know. That's that. Really? You really want this? I got you. And that's what happens. The guard just pulls his head back. He's like, and just hits him right in his chin. Yeah, that dude falls over and he starts whooping this prisoner's ass. And another guard comes in and starts whooping the guy's ass. So it turns into a 1-on-1 to a 2v1, which the prisoner got what he was looking for. You want to size up a guard, got rocked for it, and now you're going to get whooped for it. After this, you get a split ankle scream. So pretty much it was like in India. This guy splits his entire ankle in half. So his foot's right here. You get his calf. It is split. And for some reason, this doctor keeps sticking his finger in the wound. It's not like he's putting pressure on it or he's putting it and putting gauze around it. It's 2 minutes straight of him going like, oh. Like he's using it as like a human instrument. He's like, oh, that's D minor. Oh, that's C. Yep, that's A. And you can hear the guy scream in different fucking pitches. What are you doing? Why are you fucking torturing this man like that? Put his ankle like that, put wraps around it, and send him on his way. Do what you gotta do. Sticking your finger in the wound is not helping. His foot is falling off. His ankle is obliterated. What is doing this gonna do? I mean, my grandmother used to do that shit to me all the time. When I got hurt, my grandmother would be like, let me see. I'm like, yo, it hurts. Stop touching it, man. That shit was annoying as fuck. After they get a house of burnt corpses. It's like 4 or 5 burnt corpses inside of a house, and that's pretty much it. The house is burnt down too. Oh, man. Then you get some sounding. If you don't know what sounding is, I think I've talked about this before. So, essentially what sounding is, it has nothing to do with sound, okay? Trust me. It has everything to do with your pee hole. And it's very popular in men more than women. I think, 5% of people who sound are women, probably 95% are men. And you grab something small enough to put it in your pee hole, and you go in and out with it. And sometimes they graduate in, Hey, take that shit with you. Sell on eBay for like $8.99. Oh god, that was a baby one. That one's free. Keep it. It's yours. So he starts off with like a screw, like one of those industrial screws, like a very long ass screw. Then he starts putting his pinky in there, and then a tube, and it's just instrument after instrument going into his pee hole to the point where it's splitting. Like, you ever seen it's called Two Kids One Sandbox, and it's a grown ass woman and a grown ass man, and she grabs a fucking dildo and starts going in his pee hole, in and out, till you see him start to split in half. I remember watching that for my first time when I was like in 8th or 9th grade. One of my friends was like, "You ever seen it?" I was like, "I don't know what that is." Well, now I know what that is. Thanks, douchebag. So we are back and we're watching MTV Cribs, but not a good version. It isn't like, yo, check upstairs, I got a pool table. Hell, yo, I got a shark tank. A shark tank. A shark tank. And if you go downstairs, I got 3 refrigerators. And in the refrigerators, you think I got food in there? I got bitches in there. And he opens it up and like 3 hot ass women come out. No, that's not what happens. You get an MTV Cribs where you go into this guy's house, and there's like, it's a house of 1,000 corpses, like the movie. It's just 1,000 dead bodies. They're dead bodies in the bathroom, dead bodies in the hallway, dead bodies in the kitchen, in each and every single bedroom. And he's like, yeah, this is a lot of dead bodies, but check outside. And he's like, truckfuls of dead bodies. I don't know what this is. Probably casualties of war. But it's just insane. And the guy recording is sitting there like comfortable with this shit. Like, if I go into your house and I see 1 corpse, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Let alone a village of dead bodies. What is that? Then this next clip, I'm telling you right now, it's like a couple of terrorists, and they have a bag of heads, and they start showcasing them, and they show like something at the top where it says, "I fuck goats and headless men." It was like an insult, I guess, by the guys who created the mixtape. And they start playing soccer with the heads, which, don't get me wrong, playing soccer with heads is brutal as shit, but this was funny because he kicks one of the heads, it goes between his legs, and you see his legs collapse. Oh, he broke his ankles. He broke his ankles in human head soccer, and you start seeing him wobble. He starts to lean with it, rock with it, lean with it. I was like, oh my god, he got cooked. That boy got fucking cooked. The other guy took his ankles, put it in his pocket, went home and said, you know what? I think I'm going to put these on my mantle. It looks good right there. He took his ankles. He fell over. That boy got fucking smoked like a cigar, man. And it plays this song called like One Arm Scissor right here. Check this song out if you're into rock. And I know like most of you guys, like 99% of my audience is into rock. I mean, who isn't? You know, that grunge, new metal, fucking metal, and all that amazing type of shit. It's like my favorite categories. Check this song out. This is an amazing song. It's even in my Spotify list right now. Check it out. I highly recommend it. Because I was shitting on the other songs, right? This one I recommend. After this, you get a woman taking a piss. It's like in Germany. Because Germany, you could tell it's Germany. How? Just look at it. If we base off of stereotypes, which I typically do, it's Germany. Another racist Cold Raven moment. Yeah. So it's Germany, because I said it is. And she goes and she pisses and she rips open her leggings, and this guy's like massaging her butt and like sticks his head in her leggings, wears her like a hat, like one of those Team Fortress hats, and it's like got like this hairy, piss dripping vagina in his face while he's like massaging her butt. Which, don't get me wrong, having that in your face while massaging her ass is pretty dope. But now if she just pissed and it's dripping in your face, I'm not for that action. Again, that's that German shit. Then you get this 4-leaf clip, which I talked about when I was doing the whiteboard. 4-leaf clover of a clip. There's this guy in a bike. Giant ass truck comes to hit him. It barely clips him, and he's like, holy shit. And this giant truck hits an even bigger truck. Then the other truck goes right over his head. So a truck coming this way, about 50 tons of pure machine just fly all around him, and that dust settles and everything. And you see him poke his head up like, I'm alive. And it was like one of those things where it's like, I'm surprised he survived. Because even after that shit, it shows a compilation of people on bikes getting hit by cars, trucks, trains, and every single thing under the sun. But this guy is a survivor. So after that, you get a bunch of bags of corpses. Again, some weird ass shit. And then you get this desert standoff music. You know, the the cool shit. That's how you know 2 guys are about to go down on each other. You know, wait, no. Okay, they're about to go down and fight each other. They're about to fight each other. Only one's gonna be left standing. One guy's about to die. I hate that shit. People keep taking me out of fucking context. They make these like 10-minute long videos. Cold Raven out of context. Stop taking me out of context. Well, stop sharing them. Well, you guys are putting in effort, so I have to share it. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. So if you put effort in, I can't help but to share it. It's you supporting me, so I gotta support you. That's how that works. One hand washes the other. But yeah, speaking about fucking trolls online, you get these women that are getting harassed by trolls, which don't harass people, even if it's funny. And what happens is, these women are being told some fucked up shit. One of them was like, some woman got told, God hates you. Which, just think about that. Like, it's not that funny until you start thinking about it. There's an almighty, all-knowing being, the creator of everything, infinite knowledge, infinite power. And he fucking hates you. Damn, okay. Damn, he hates you. Don't get on that fucking wrong side of the fence. And then this other chick got told to go get AIDS and Ebola. Like, holy shit. Just in case one wasn't bad enough, get the other one. And you don't even get AIDS. You get HIV, which turns into AIDS. But I'm not trying to be some Bill Nye the Science guy. But trust me, with a compromised immune system plus Ebola, you ain't fucking surviving that concoction of disease, man. And I don't get that many funny trolls. I usually get the dumb ones that are like, quit YouTube. I no like your videos. There was this one troll that said some funny ass shit last month. It was something like, glad to see you lost all that weight. It's crazy you can still afford crack. It's so funny. It was so funny, man. When I see shit like that, that's fucking funny. But then the other ones that are like, I don't like your videos. You're a racist, homophobic bigot. Like, oh God, guys, please, not another buzzword. Oh God, the buzzwords. Oh God, the drones. They're hitting me with the buzzwords. Go fucking work for BuzzFeed, you fucking dork. Then you get this woman who gets kicked in the head. She's a crossing guard. Some dude gives her a fucking high kick on some Shogun Hua shit and knocks her the fuck out. Which brings up this point. There was this girl I was talking to a few months ago, man, and she was telling me that in like that she took one of these tests to see what she should become as an occupation. And I could not stop fucking laughing because she said that, I'm not even joking when I tell you this. This woman's 20. She told me that she was recommended to become a crossing guard because the questions pretty much were like, can you walk? Yeah. Can you hold up a sign? I think so. Crossing guard. Like, how the fuck do you become a crossing guard in an occupation thing? I couldn't understand it. I mean, it's like, no offense, can't do shit else besides walk. The last ability you have is walk. You have to turn walking into a career. I couldn't understand that shit, yo. I know this chick, and if you're watching this, yo, just work at fucking Build-A-Bear. You have an obsession with stuffed animals, go work at a Build-A-Bear. There you go. You see how that works? You're like, oh my God, that's actually a great idea. Yeah, I know it's a great idea because it came from me. Only good ideas come from this guy. We're going to fucking build a bear. After that, you get a guy holding a sign before he gets executed, and it says, I'm with stupid. After that, you get another guy who's hiding under a train. Why is he hiding under a train? They're playing hide and seek, and that's not exactly what I'd call a good hiding spot. It's just my opinion, and he gets his entire fucking leg ran over, and he holds it up, and he's like, I can't believe this just happened. Yeah, don't fucking lay under a train. I don't know how to say this any other language. Don't do that. It's not smart. After that, you get a father who beats the shit out of his wife. And when I say beats her up, he just whoops her on the couch, whoops her on the floor. And their kid is present watching this happen, which I couldn't understand that, man. I don't know how you beat a woman. Well, I know how to do it. I mean, it's pretty fucking easy, to be honest. Shit. But no. I mean, how do you beat a woman that just had your kid? Like, if you have a kid with a woman, how do you beat her ass? Like, dude, she just gave you the greatest gift imaginable. You have a kid. That sounded sarcastic. I actually mean it, though. Like, again, if she's my girlfriend and she pisses me off, let me keep that comment to myself. But my point is, once we have a kid, that's locked. I can't put my hands on you now. And on top of that, when this woman's getting beat, she gets like a fucking wombo combo. And the kid's just standing there like this, watching TV. Like, yo, that must have been a good-ass show, yo. Must have been a good-ass show. After that, you get this other guy who beats another dude in a corner. And he's in a corner, and he's like, you know those desks that are like boomerang-shaped? And he's in a computer chair, and this dude just whooping his ass. He hits him like 30 to 40 times, pulls out a calculator, starts whooping him with them. Pulls out a fucking television, starts whooping him with it. Pulls out a computer, starts whooping. He's giving him a technology ass whooping. This is a Best Buy beatdown, okay? He's hitting him with every single piece of technology. And he pulls out, I don't even know what this object is. And starts beating him with it. I don't know what was happening or who'd he piss off, but Geek Squad is fucking savage, yo. After this, man, you get this guy who has like his genitals on a leash. It's weird shit. I guess it's like in Mexico. And this is like his punishment. And they shove a broom up his asshole. Back to the sodomy because this is YNC. And it was weird shit. Like, You're trying to make him look gay. Think about this. These people are trying to make this guy look gay by shoving a broom up his ass. Just say that out loud to yourself. Yeah, this guy's gay. How's he gay? Yeah, I shoved a broom up his ass. That makes you gay. What are you talking about? You can't shove something up another man's ass and call him gay for it. He didn't want it. You wanted it. What are you talking about? That's not how that works. Can't go up there and just sodomize men and be like, yeah, you're gay for that. No, you are. What the fuck's your problem? Seriously, you're sick. You're fucking sick. Yeah, guys, don't go around and sodomizing other men. Don't do that. It's fucked up. You're just gonna hold him down and just say, yeah, here's a broom, papa. No. No. After that, you get a fucking guy who throws a grenade into a crowd, which is crazy shit. You get 3 guys, 1 hammer. If you don't know what 3 guys, 1 hammer is, it's a bum laying in the woods. He's minding his own business. These guys like, yo, let's kill him for that. That's essentially the video. That's it. Just he's minding his own beeswax. They beat the shit out of him with a hammer. You get a woman fight compilation, which I'm not going to lie, this one's actually pretty decent. These are actually white women fighting this time, not Latins and blacks. Usually when women fight, it's usually Latin women or black women are in the mix 99% of the time. This time it's white chicks fighting, which when it comes down to it, if you're going to fight a chick, this is to all the other women out there. Never fight a white girl who wears, like, you know, Sesame Street pants. Those are, like, the deadliest women out there. And then fat black women, man. Those are the 2 types of women you never fight. All the other ones, go ahead. Oh, yo, or Latinas with the acrylics. Those like the 3 women you don't fight, man. Those like the 3, like, real fighter archetypes. So this is the finish line. Last page and a half. Let's go ahead and knock this one the fuck out. Again, I'm suffering from severe swamp ass from all this talking, all these layers, burning candles. It's hot. Let's go ahead and knock this one out the park. We're picking it up right here where this guy's getting whipped in the back. It's in India. He's like a 35-year-old man. This other guy's whipping him in the back and he starts slow crying. He's like... And then the other dude's like... Shh. 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 I don't know if he's trying to rizz him up, punish him, or porn him. It's fucking weird shit. I don't know what that is. And the other dude, again, you're a grown man crying from a couple of lashings. Weird shit. Then you get a deformed slug baby, where it's like a baby shaped like an ice cream cone, and it looks like someone grabbed a roll of toilet paper, dipped it in water, and microwaved it. It's nasty ass shit. So all the women out there, be honest. If this came out of you, what are you doing with it? What would you do with it? Don't sit there and bullshit me and be like, I would hold it and love it and treat it as my own. Alright, let me describe it more. It's wearing like 35 layers of skin. It looks like crocodile skin that's white. It has no eyes. All it has is a mouth that goes like this. It has no arms. Its legs are crossed over like this and melted together. And it's your fault because you ate something that did it to this baby. What are you doing with the baby? Be honest. There's going to be that one chick out there. I would leave it for the vultures to eat. At least she's being honest, because you other women, you're not going to love it as your own. I think you're going to scream and cry in horror. So after that, you get piles of gore, and it starts playing Eminem. It plays a song called Bad Influence, and it starts raining outside like the motherfucker like that. You can hear that shit? Hopefully you can't. They're having a thunderstorm right now in New York, which adds to the Halloween, which is crazy because it's December. Why are we having a thunderstorm? Then you get a 2v1 street fight. And by a fight, it's not even a fight. It's 2 guys fending off 1 guy. It's not even a big guy either. And this guy pulled up in a pink car. 2 men cannot beat up a guy in a pink car. He pulled up in a fucking Barbie mobile and you can't kick his ass. All they can do is like kind of fend him off, like, get off of me. Get off me. Like they're the ones getting assaulted. This shit was embarrassing. Go ahead and go tan in your fucking manhood. Then you get a woman getting stabbed with a machete, which again is pretty brutal shit. I've only seen people get hacked with one. Never seen anyone get stabbed with one. And then I'm about to say something I haven't said in years. We get a clip from a mixtape series known as Registros Fatais. Imagine that. I never thought I'd ever say that again. I reviewed the mixtapes. It's like cartels and Brazilian shit over there. So go ahead and check those out. Again, those are very brutal. But right here, we get one of the clips from there where you get a chubby dude in a chair like this and they cut off his fingers. And after that, he's like, whew, thank God they're going to let me live. They don't let him live. They cut off his head after that. Then you get corpse pics and it plays Bad Motherfucker by Biting Elbows, which is a song that's playing. I'll put it right here. You get an anti-weed ad where they're like, don't smoke marijuana, which I don't smoke weed no more, man. I used to smoke bud like a chimney. I'm against drugs, man. I've always been against drugs, but then I was like, you know what? I'm against all drugs except this shit, against some hash. But nowadays, I'm really not for that shit. Even if I smell it, I just cover my face. So I can't be dealing with that shit. After I had that badass trip, man, that was a really bad trip on them edibles. Now I don't want to fuck with it no more. But I gotta say this much. If you refer to weed, bud, anything like that as marijuana, I'm not going to hear you out. I don't give a fuck. You can probably have empirical data that shows that you can die from smoking it. The second you call this shit fucking marijuana, fuck your point. I don't want to listen to you. So pretty much it was like a doctor that was like, yo, dude, I'm fucked up. What do you have again? The guy's like, I have appendicitis. He's like, all right, so we're removing his liver, right? He's like, yeah, we're removing the liver. Yeah, okay, removing the liver. And he was really fucked up. So that was the commercial. So you're like, well, you wouldn't want your doctor high, so don't get high. Well, that's bullshit. I mean, if you're like a fucking dude that's sitting out there and you're like working at a Best Buy or working at a Walmart, I think you can get high. Now, if you're a doctor, that's a different point. Don't fucking be getting high as a doctor. But shit, if you're sitting there just like a cashier, get fucking high. Who gives a fuck, right? Then you get a guy with a stump leg porn. Absolutely disgusting. More of these are people who got like amputated legs and they're just fucking each other with it. Then you got these women that are getting ridiculed as porn stars. These are porn stars, and this guy recording is like spitting on them, treating them like dirt. And they're like, go say hi to the camera, say hi to your dad. And she's like, hi, dad, when she's covered in spit and like different fluids. And it's fucking embarrassing shit. And again, it's like, oh my God, they're treating these women like objects. Well, to be fair, that's pretty much what a porn star is. You're objectifying yourself. You're being a sexual tool to people. So you're pretty much objectifying yourself, and you wouldn't be getting spat on and treated like this if you never started porn. That's why I hate these fucking women out there like Mia Khalifa. Oh my God, a teenager recognized me in public. Yeah, that's how that fucking works. That's what you're doing. You have like videos of you taking thousands of dicks over a decade. What do you think's gonna happen? Your target audience, and stop playing. I hate when porn stars do this. Stop fronting like your target audience isn't teenagers. I started watching porn when I was 11. I was 11 to 12 years old when I started. And these porn stars want to pretend it's not our target audience. If you go on Pornhub.com, do you need any ID verification? Or you just click it and you're there. That's what it is. And as a grown man, I'm glad I got out of that cycle. But as a teenager, I was stuck in that cycle, especially with the technology we have nowadays. Dude, my head was glued to that shit and I couldn't break out of it until I hit my early 20s. And I was like, whoa. And I look back at it, I'm like, that was a fucking wild ride. And these women, after the fact, play victim. Like, they weren't the ones giving us that shit, that dopamine fix. You're the ones giving that fucking visual heroin to us. So stop fucking sitting there playing victim. That's your target audience, bullshitter. Fucking acting like a victim. I keep getting objectified. You literally have a porn video called Indian Object Takes 3 Dicks. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh my lord. After that, you get drive-bys with AK-47s. These guys are in a van. They do a drive-by AK-47, other van crashes. Then you get this guy, badass. He's like in a suit, obviously. He's cool. He slings up this building. He's like putting those rope things and he shoots up the building like a SWAT member. He beats the shit out of this guy. He runs around and they zoom in. They're like, tits. Because it was women laying there. And then he starts running and dashing. I want to be part of this movie. Then you get a car wreck, a bunch of random gore, and then it zooms in on this guy and he gets shot in the head. And that's the end of the mixtape, man. Brutal shit, very brutal mixtape, I gotta say. And holy shit, this was like my 100th take. I'm not even, no, probably like 200th take trying to get this mixtape out, this review. I am sweating like a motherfucker. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. I am sweating like a hog. It is so bad from all these layers right here. The candle's lit. It's record high temperature in December for New York. It's like 56 degrees outside. Plus I have the windows closed. It is so hot right now, dude. My neck has sweat, the back of my neck. You know when like the back of your hair right here is cold from the sweat? It's disgusting. It's just fucking gross, man. I feel nasty. I feel pasty. I feel musty. But yeah, reviewing the mixtape. Yeah. Yo, it's the worst one of the series so far. I would say that, and when I say worst, I mean it's the most brutal. The worst one that absolutely sucked ass was the third one. The first one was incredibly brutal. The second one was a damn crazy follow-up with a lot of sodomy. The third one was kind of like, don't even watch it. That's an easy skip. The fourth one picked up where the other ones left off. Right back on that brutality cycle. So I'm going to review the fifth one, obviously, later in the future. I mean, there's 10 of these shits. But all my patrons know when I'm going to do FUBAR. And I think I'm willing to release that information. When are you doing FUBAR, Cold Raven? I'm not going to tell you. No, okay. So I'm doing FUBAR. I told my patrons this like last month. When I break 50,000 subscribers, that's going to be my 50,000 subscriber special. It's definitely going to be after 50,000 subscribers. That's when I said, okay, perfect landing for it. It's probably going to be towards the end of January is when I'm going to, actually upload the shit to YouTube. But it's obviously going to be on Patreon first. Maybe early February, late January. That's when I'm landing it, right? To put on YouTube, but it's going to be on Patreon for a couple of weeks. And you could take that shit with you for $23.99. That was a hell of a burp, right? That was a hell of one. And the reason it's going on Patreon first, obviously, because it's what I gotta do. It's part of the cycle right here. Early access to them, exclusive content, all that shit. So thank you to everybody who watched the video. Thank you for everybody who sat throughout this review. My throat is sore as shit. I want to go get a cough drop. That's the end of the video. Like, favorite, share. Most importantly, definitely comment and subscribe. I'm your boy Cold Raven. Check out my Patreon for early access content, exclusive content, Discord. You'll be able to talk to me through Patreon and Discord. Fucking, oh my god, what else do I got? I don't even know. Put your name at the credits. It's a lot of shit. And it helps me out a lot to continue doing videos like this. I'm gonna catch y'all the fuck later. Oh, before I do that, if your guy go jerk your dick, if your chick go flick your bean. Now it's a peace. Bang, bang, bang.